I spent 12 hours in a Japanese manga cafe, and it was weird. Hey, so not that long ago, I actually was in Japan. I was there for an internship, and the internship was based in Tokyo, but there was one weekend specifically where there was a conference being held, and the conference was held in Kobe, which, by the way, is not in Tokyo. So I went there with the guy who was doing my internship and his family, but after the conference was over, the guy who was doing my internship took his family and went to go like visit relatives in the area. And so basically they were like, all right, see you on Monday, find your way back to Tokyo. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm lost in Japan. Okay, I wasn't like lost. I knew where I was in Kobe, and Kobe is actually not that far from Osaka. And so I decided, all right, it's like Saturday right now. I don't have to be back till Monday. So let me use these like couple days to like explore Japan outside of Tokyo. Point of the story was I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to sleep for the night. And so I said, why don't I just sleep in a manga cafe? I'll make a video out of it. It'll be awesome, right? Right? It was not awesome. So as soon as I get to the manga cafe, I reach my first roadblock. What do I say? Now, by no means am I Nihongo Jozu. Like, I know a little bit of Japanese. How do I say, yes, please give me a room for 12 hours? Oheya, onegai shimasu. 12 jikan o kudasai. Is that right? I don't know. I tried to record me asking for the room. As soon as I got there, I realized I am gonna need Google Translate for this. So I had to stop the recording. After a whole confuddle, I finally asked the dude for a room. Staying at a manga cafe is a little bit more complicated than that. It's not a hotel where you can just buy a room and then sleep there. Now, usually they have not really rooms, they're like cubicles, and that would have been fine. But then he tried to upsell me. He was like, do you want this bigger room instead? At least I think that's what he was asking. And I was like, yeah, like fine. I'll take a bigger room. At least I think this is what he was saying. Like, I have no idea. He was speaking in Japanese, and I was like, hi, okay, hi, wakarimashita, even though I did not wakarimashita. But basically, he pointed to the map where this room was, and he's like, all right, you go down this hall and you take a right. And I was like, okay, great. As soon as you walk into this place, there's like manga just everywhere. All on the walls, there's manga. It's like dimly lit, and as soon as you enter, you have to be quiet because there's people like probably sleeping or reading. It's kind of like a library, you know, you got to be quiet when you enter a library. Same thing, you don't talk when you enter the manga cafe. It was all Japanese manga, of course. I couldn't find an English section, but I mean, it was such a cool environment to be in, and I went and I took a look at all of it, and I mean, I recognized some series. There's obviously series that I knew there. That's crazy. It's not even out in English. They had such an impressive collection. And now that I was in there, it was just all available for me to read if I could read any of it. So I go in there and I get to my room, and it's a really, really nice room. Oh my gosh, I had such a hard time ordering this room. I think I got like a very fancy one. The yen is so weak right now, I get basically everything 30% off. So this was like 20 bucks for the night. So it wasn't that bad. Some like bean bags on the floor to sleep on, and the floor is padded, so I think it'll be a comfortable night. Oh, is this a blanket? Oh, nice, it's a blanket. So I'll be very comfortable. Looks like they've got some movies. Oh, we've got some spicy drinks. There's some food. I can get a freaking pizza if I wanted to. Oh my gosh. Is that okonomiyaki? So finally I managed to get to sleep. It's not a very comfortable sleep. It felt like when you go to sleep over a friend's house and they don't give you a blanket and you're kind of like using anything you can find as a blanket. It was a little bit better than that, but that's kind of like what it felt like. Like I'm using this beanbag as a pillow and I'm using this, it was a blanket, but like it was very small. At one point in the night, it's about like 3 a.m. and all of a sudden somebody just enters my room. So there wasn't a lock on the door or anything. And there was even a little sign that said like, be careful of your belongings. So I'm sleeping and all of a sudden somebody just enters the room and I'm like, huh? Like, hello? Like, can I help you? They're like, oh, gomennasai, sumimasen. They were so apologetic. They felt really bad for like busting in on me sleeping. Hey, honest mistake. What can you do about it? And then a few minutes later, an employee comes in and he's like, hey, I need to see the receipt for your room. And I'm like, okay. So I give him the receipt to my room. Oh, you're in the wrong room. And I'm like, hold up. I'm in the wrong room? You pointed to it on a map. Do you want me to move? Like, do I need to get my stuff, go to the correct room? He's like, no, just stay here. I'll sort it out. And so he went and got another employee and they're both like talking over. They're like, what do we do about this? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, all right, let's just change the room number. And so he crosses out the room number on my receipt and then just changes the number. I was supposed to be in the room across the hall. So I was supposed to go down the hall and go to the left, not to the right. And the difference is that the other room that I was supposed to be in was meant for one person because it was a lot smaller of a room. And the room I was in was a spacious like 2-person room. How was I supposed to know that? I guess when you're in Japan, they expect you to know Japanese or something. I don't know. So I was very apologetic. I was like, hontou gomennasai. Like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, it's fine, daijoubu. Don't worry about it. Oh, good morning. I had a rough night. Look, there's water all on the floor from the air conditioner. It's just been dripping all night, so I couldn't even sleep in the corner. After that 2 a.m. thing happened, those people were just up all night talking, and they just left right now. Oh, rough night. At least I did get some sleep though, and at least I had a place to sleep. I still feel so bad for going in the wrong room. It's about 8:11 a.m. right now, which means I've been here for over 12 hours. Wow, that was crazy. And I didn't even read any manga. Goodbye, a room that I technically wasn't supposed to have. You were awesome. Sort of. I left and then I never went back again. I feel like it's partially my own fault that the experience was so weird in the first place, but hey, what can you do? I'm just a stupid foreigner. I'm not Nihongo Jozu. I don't know the language. What do you want me to do? Next time I know, I've learned my lesson. But if you are in Japan, Manga Cafe is a really cool experience. You don't have to spend the night there. You can just get it for a couple hours like most people do, but I definitely recommend it. It's a really cool experience to go there, to see all the manga, even though you may or may not be able to read any of it. I'll leave a link to the one that I stayed at in the description below. It's a BAGUS Grand Cyber Cafe. It's a chain. The one I stayed at was in Osaka. It was in like a really famous part of town. This has been Storytime with Captain Ryan. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell notification button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to the people who bought the merch. You guys are awesome. Those of you who sent me pictures of you wearing the merch, it's so cool to see. So again, thank you so much for supporting me, and you're looking fresh. You're looking fresh, G. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ryan, and bye.